right, in example A, we're going to start factoring the numerator by using this trick where you take 4 minus x squared and you can turn it around to x squared minus 4 by putting a negative out in the front. It's more common to have an expression written with the variable first and the constant second. So if you ever want to take a difference like a minus b and flip it around the other way, just put a negative out front and you can flip it to b minus a. Those would be equivalent. So that would be my first step in example 2. Second step would be to continue factoring that numerator. X plus 2, x minus 2 will be the factored form of x squared minus 4. On the bottom, we have x squared plus 3x minus 10. And we're going to factor that to x plus 5 times x minus 2. Now what we're going to want to do in all the problems that we have, and you'll see this in Try It 2A and B when you watch those videos, is you want to look for 3 separate things. We're going to sort of ignore the directions here and go our own way and look for these 3 parts of the graph. We're looking for vertical asymptotes, holes in the graph, and the x-intercept or intercepts of the graph. So these are the 3 things that we're going to look for. And here's how you find them. The vertical asymptote can be found by looking for, once you're done canceling any common factors, you're going to look at the denominator for any factor that did not cancel out and tell me the x value that would make this circled factor equal 0. And that would be at -5. So I think there's a vertical asymptote in this problem at -5. For the hole or holes in the graph, you're going to look at the factor or factors that did cancel out and tell me the x value, and that would produce 0 for this factor. And the hole is going to be an ordered pair, and it's going to be 2, comma, something. The 2 comes from the fact that if I plugged 2 into this factor right here, it would produce 0. And we can't divide by 0, so there's going to be a discontinuity there, a missing point on the graph. The y-coordinate comes from taking the leftover part of the function that did not cancel out and finding out what the output would be if you put 2 in place of x. So I took 2 plus 2, 2 plus 5. We're going to calculate what we would get. 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 plus 5 is 7. So I think the hole in the graph will occur at the ordered pair, 2, comma, -4 sevenths. And finally, we have the concept of the x-intercept. And for that, you're going to look up at the numerator at the factor that did not cancel out. And just ask yourself, what x value would make this factor that I put this rectangle around, what would make that equal 0? And that would be -2, 0. -2 plus 2 is 0. So these are the 3 things that you're going to be asked to find in the 2 Try It problems, A and B, and on the homework, which is page 215, number 17 to 22, but you can skip number 20. So go ahead and watch the 2 videos that go with Try It 2A and 2B, take notes on it, and then complete this assignment for tomorrow.